Before you scroll away, let me tell you a story that will make you believe in destiny again. A story that began right here in the University of Lagos, when a man worth billions hid his identity, walked among students in slippers, and came searching, not for wealth, not for fame, but for true love. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because every week we bring you stories that touch the soul and open your eyes to life's greatest lessons. Now, sit back, because what you're about to hear might change how you see love and life forever. Tunde Alade sat in his glass-walled office on the 30th floor of Alade Tech Towers, Victoria Island. From there, he could see the Atlantic stretch endlessly, calm, rich, and unbothered. But inside him, there was a storm. He had built an empire from nothing. From the days he coded with a second-hand laptop in Yaba, to when investors lined up to throw millions at his startups. Cars, mansions, private jets, everything was his. Yet at night, he always ate alone. He would scroll through his phone, messages filled with "Hi baby" and "I miss you" from women he knew didn't care about him, only what he owned. He leaned back in his chair that night and whispered, "Is there still such a thing as love for the man behind the money?" That question haunted him for weeks. Then one evening, while watching a short documentary online about humility and human connection, he paused at a line that said, "You will only know who truly loves you when you have nothing left to offer but yourself." He stood up immediately, his mind racing. He picked up his phone and called his personal assistant, Akin. "Tunde, Akin, I want to do something crazy." Akin, laughing. "Sir, the last time you said that, we bought a hotel." Tunde, "No, not this time. I'm going back to school, University of Lagos." Akin, "To donate?" Tunde, "No, to study. But no one must know who I am. From tomorrow, I'm just Tunde, a regular guy." Akin's voice trembled. "Akin, Oga, this prank go cause wahala." "Oh, Tunde, it's not a prank. I need to find someone who will see me, not my bank account." And with that, the plan began. 2 weeks later, at dawn, a dusty Toyota Corolla drove through the UNILAG gate. Inside sat Tunde Alade. But this time, his designer clothes were gone. He wore a simple white shirt, slightly faded jeans, and slippers that cost less than 1,000 naira. He carried a small black backpack, the kind street vendors sold on Owelegba Bridge. He rented a small shared room at Bariga. The ceiling fan creaked, the bathroom tiles were cracked, mosquitoes hummed at night. For the first time in over a decade, Tunde fetched water in a bucket and queued at the kiosk for noodles. He smiled to himself. So this is what real life feels like. At the registration hall, the heat was unbearable. Students pushed, argued, filled forms, shouted, laughed. A lady at the desk eyed him curiously. "Staff, you look familiar, young man. Have I seen you somewhere?" Tunde, smiling. "Maybe I just look like somebody." She shrugged and stamped his form. As he walked away, he whispered, "From today, I'm nobody." Weeks passed. Tunde blended in easily. His classmates saw him as just another struggling student who asked too many questions in lectures. Then came her, Amara Nosu. She sat in the first row every class, her head wrapped in a simple scarf. Her notebooks were filled with neat handwriting and colorful highlights. She didn't gossip or chase attention. One afternoon, after a lecture, Tunde saw her helping a classmate carry heavy textbooks. He walked up. "Tunde, you really like helping people, don't you?" Amara, smiling. "If I can, why not? We all need a little help sometimes." Her voice was calm but strong. That day, they shared lunch at the canteen. The rice was half cooked, the meat small, but the laughter was real. She told him about her life, how her mother was a widow selling food at Abule Oja market, and how she was studying hard to lift her family out of poverty. Tunde listened quietly, hiding the storm in his chest. He was drawn, not just to her beauty, but her sincerity. She's everything money can't buy, he thought. From then, they became inseparable, studying together, walking around campus, sitting at the lagoon front, watching the sun melt into the water. It rained heavily one Thursday evening. Students rushed for shelter, laughing and screaming as thunder rolled across the sky. Amara ran into the library, soaked from head to toe. Her sandals were torn, her books dripping wet. Tunde handed her his jacket. Tunde, here, take this. Amara, no, you'll get cold. Tunde, please. She finally took it and smiled. Amara, you're too kind. You remind me of my late father Tunde, softly. He must have been a good man. Later, Tunde discovered from a friend that Amara was behind on tuition fees and might drop out if she didn't pay soon. That night, he couldn't sleep. He went online and anonymously transferred enough to cover her fees for the year using the school scholarship portal. He didn't want her to know. The next morning, Amara ran up to him, excited. Amara, Tunde, you won't believe it. Someone just paid my tuition. I don't even know who. Tunde, smiling faintly. Wow, maybe God's watching out for you. Amara, he really is. Tunde looked away, hiding his smile. By mid-semester, everyone on campus knew them as the Inseparables. They ate together, studied together, even prayed together. But neither had said, I love you. One evening, while watching the sunset at Lagoon Front, Amara said quietly, Tunde, if one day you become rich, promise me you won't change. He smiled sadly. Amara, what if I already am? She laughed, thinking it was a joke. Then buy me ice cream tomorrow. That laughter became music to him. Final exams approached and Amara fell sick. Fever, cough, dizziness. She couldn't afford proper drugs. Tunde wanted to send her to a private hospital, but that would expose him. Instead, he stayed by her side every night in the hostel common room, fanning her, feeding her. She whispered one night, Tunde, if I don't make it, promise you finish your degree. Don't talk like that, he said, eyes wet. You'll be fine. When she recovered, he decided to test her love. He told her, Amara, I'm thinking of dropping out. Life's been too hard. Maybe I should just work as a cleaner at Yaba. Amara sat up, took his hand, and said, if that's what it takes to survive, I'll stand by you. You're not defined by money, Tunde. You're defined by your heart. Those words cut deep. For the first time, Tunde realized she truly loved him. Weeks later, during the university's annual donors event, the vice-chancellor announced a major news. We are proud to reveal that the donor who contributed 500 million naira to sponsor underprivileged students is none other than Mr. Tunde Alade. Cameras flashed. Students gasped. Amara froze. Tunde Alade, she whispered. Wait, my Tunde? Then she saw him walking onto the stage, dressed sharply, flanked by security. Reporters shouted his name. Her heart shattered. Later, when he tried to approach her, she turned away. You lied to me, she said through tears. I didn't want to, he pleaded. I needed to know who you were. You didn't trust me enough to tell me the truth, she said, walking away. For weeks, she avoided him. Tunde returned to his mansion, but it felt like a cage again. He couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep. One evening, he drove quietly back to campus. No security, no suits, Just him, standing by the lagoon where it all began. He found her there, reading. Tunde. Amara, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to be seen, not for my money, but for me. Amara, softly. You broke my trust, Tunde. But maybe you broke it to prove that trust still exists. She smiled weakly. Amara, next time, don't hide. Be yourself, even if the world doesn't understand. He nodded, relief washing over him. 2 years later, after graduation, the lagoon became the stage for a proposal that the whole of Lagos talked about. Hundreds gathered, thinking it was another tech event. Then Tunde arrived in simple white native wear, holding a small box. He knelt before Amara and said, "You loved me when I was nobody. Today, I'm still that same man, just with a few zeros added. Will you marry me?" Tears rolled down her cheeks as she nodded. Yes, Tunde. Not because of who you are to the world, but who you are to me. The crowd erupted in cheers. Drones flew above, capturing the moment the billionaire and the humble girl sealed their love with a kiss by the lagoon.